Hello students, today we are going to be learning about tessellations, which combines art and math. It's pretty cool, let's check it out. So what is a tessellation? Tessellation is a pattern that's created by repeating a shape that doesn't overlap and has no gaps and continues on forever and ever. A little bit of history of the tessellations. Tessellations have been used in art and design for centuries. Particularly, they've been used as beautiful geometric patterns that have been in architecture, traditionally in more Middle Eastern and like Indian countries. One of the main examples of tessellation is the artist M.C. Escher. He was a Dutch graphic artist who lived from the uh, early 1900s, and he was known for his trickery artwork, stuff that seemed impossible, but he was also started out doing tessellations. Here's an example of his artwork. So M.C. Escher started making his tessellations in 1936 after a visit to a 14th century castle in Spain. He spent several days studying there and sketching the ornate tile designs, which were to be also tessellation designs, and he started to create artwork based off of this. Here is a picture of the castle, and here is some of those tessellations that inspired him. So he started to create these very basic graphic design heavy prints. Here you can see a lot of it used animals. So here he used seahorses and fish going into birds. And these were his very early prints. He started experimenting more and more, playing with positive and negative space. So it still has the idea of tessellations in it, but it's changing as it goes along. So you can see it's changing. And it also mirrors on each side right down the middle here. Pretty cool. What are different types of tessellations? So there's 3 different ways that we can make a tessellation, depending on how we rotate our shape. So we have a translation tessellation, which is just moving it to the side. Second one is rotating it, so we rotate it on an axis here, or reflection, which is kind of using like a mirror point in the middle and then flipping it over. A translation tessellation is when the shape is just moved by sliding it around. So we just keep moving it over and up and down. The rotation tessellation is when we rotate it around a central point. So we're going to have a central point here and just rotate our image around that point. But we can still keep going all the way around and keep going. And finally, a reflection tessellation is when we flip it across a horizontal or vertical axis, and this is kind of like a mirror image. So we'll just flip that bird right over and switch him over to the top. So what type of tessellation do you think this is? Yep, it's a rotation tessellation because we have a central point here and we're rotating the lizard around that point. Which one do you think this one is? Yep, this is a translation tessellation because we are just moving the horse over and over, but we're changing it by changing the color. Finally, of course, this one is going to be your rotation again with the lizards going around the central point. And this one, reflection, because we're flipping it over. So this guy and the horse is going this way, and then up at the top he's going this way. So we're flipping this over this axis.